I'm Zach Jeffries, and welcome to Saskatoon in Focus, the program where we talk to the people in the headlines and behind the headlines that make Saskatoon the city that it is today. Today we're talking with a couple of gentlemen from Leadership Saskatoon. We have Julian Demkiw, who is a member of the board of directors and an alumnus of the program, as well as Doug Finnie, who is their Director of Community Relations. So, Doug, Julian, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
So the first question, of course, is what is Leadership Saskatoon? I think we've all seen the logo sometimes in the Star Phoenix. We've seen and kind of heard of the organization, but for a lot of people out there, they might not know what it is. So give me the quick crash course.
Well, Leadership Saskatoon is a community leadership program. It runs from September to June each year, and we take up to 28 people in the program. It operates on the basis of 1 day a month. So we have this group of 25 to 28 people in a community leadership program.
So when you say it's a community leadership program, are you're just taking people in from all walks of life in Saskatoon and throwing them together and teaching leadership skills, or is it more than that? What kind of things are people learning in this program?
Sure. Well, it is somewhat as you described. We take roughly a third of the people from the business community, a third from the public sector, and a third from not-for-profit organizations. And each, we call them challenge days. The program day is called a challenge day, and each day there's a different topic. And the topics will range from, and Julian, you can add to what I come up with here. One topic would be foundations of community leadership. In other words, what is community leadership? We have other topics that are such as conflict resolution, emotional intelligence,
Systems thinking is one as well.
So basically, there's 10 topics, and we'd be happy to share the information with people. And actually, it's all listed on our website, leadershipsaskatoon.com.
Perfect. So when people think of leadership, they often think of politics. We think of leaders in our community who we elect, but that's not exactly what this program is about. It's not about churning out political types necessarily. What's the end goal of a community leadership program like Leadership Saskatoon?
Any comments?
Yeah, as a community leadership program, really we kind of four main facets of our values within Leadership Saskatoon. We want the graduates of the program to be engaged citizens of the community, so literally be leaders in Saskatoon. We want them to work in a collaborative format. We want them to be inclusive and recognize the diversity, and also a capacity for lifelong learning. It spans across different aspects. So political would be one aspect of leadership, but there are people who are involved in business leadership, people who are involved in community association leadership, people that are involved in even just personal family leadership. Those are all still relevant aspects that we try to encourage in our participants.
So it sounds like something that isn't just these aren't the kind of skills that are only needed in Saskatoon. Is this program unique to Saskatoon, or is it found in other places in Saskatchewan or other places in Canada?
Sure. Well, it's not unique to Saskatoon. The program in Western Canada started about 10 years ago, and we were funded with a grant to start here in Saskatoon. Regina has a program, Edmonton, Calgary, Vancouver. A lot of the major cities in Canada do have this type of program, and it's structured quite similarly in each place. A lot of volunteer involvement. Most of our facilitators are volunteers. There's very few paid people in the program, so it's run by the community. We have a number of organizations that support us. We have 3 founding sponsors. That was one of the criteria at the creation of the program. We needed to have founding organizations, and they are University of Saskatchewan, the Greater Saskatoon Chamber of Commerce, and the Saskatoon Community Foundation. But in addition to that, we have a number of community supporters, and again, they are all listed as sponsors on our website.
So you've talked about the support that you've had from different facets of the Saskatoon community. How would you describe overall the support you've been receiving? We hear all the time that Saskatoon is the volunteer capital of Canada, that this is a place that organizations like this thrive. What has that support been like?
Well, the organization was founded in 2000, and there has been considerable support along the way from the founding, and there's been up to from 25 to 28 people virtually every year since then. So we have over 200 graduates at this point. So the support has been quite good. I was engaged a couple of years ago to kind of foster that community awareness and make sure that organizations were aware that Leadership Saskatoon exists and identify potential candidates. So back at the origin of of Leadership Saskatoon, there were 3 founding sponsors, who are the University of Saskatchewan, the Greater Saskatoon Chamber of Commerce, and the Saskatoon Community Foundation. And we've been successful in engaging a number of other sponsors and supporters since then, and they are all listed on our website.
Between our alumni of the program, so over 10 years, that's numbering about 200. We have volunteers ranging from mentors to board members to just people that help out on program committees to sponsors. We've actually got a pretty wide direct network of, I would say, probably 500 to 600 people in Saskatoon that have a direct connection with Leadership Saskatoon within that, and it's growing every year. So when you talk about them coming out of the woodwork, it's every year I think we see some new people, and we just wonder, these people have been doing so much in the community, how can we have not kind of connected with them before? So it's nice to see, and it's nice to see it growing. That network is really important.
Something that's really exciting that I was reading about that Leadership Saskatoon is doing, or has been doing, is a Community Leadership Award. So we do know that we have a number of people in our community who just go above and beyond the call of duty to making Saskatoon a better place. How is it that someone would go about nominating one of their fellow community members for this Community Leadership Award?
Sure.
It is our second year of the award, so we're very proud to be working with the Chamber of Commerce through the SABEX Award, so we're very thankful for that. The way to nominate somebody would be to go through our website, leadershipsaskatoon.com. The nomination forms are on the website. The deadline for nominations this year is April 20th. We are starting to advertise right away, though, for a lot of that information. Again, the key things we're looking for in terms of nominees with that is people that leaders that do fall within our 4 values that I'd mentioned earlier: the citizen engagement, the collaboration, the diversity or inclusivity, and lifelong learning. People that have a commitment to that, we want to recognize that as it is a reflection of our own definition of community leadership within Leadership Saskatoon.
And the awarding of the Community Leadership Award is made at the SABEX Chamber of Commerce dinner event, which is in May.
May 6th, I think. Yeah.
Right.
So it's not something that's just kind of happening within the organization. It's really something that's out there, that's public. It sounds like it's definitely worthwhile nominating your fellow Saskatoonians for this award. So I do have a specific question for you, Julian, as an alumnus of this program. From what year was it that?
2000, the first
2000.
one. First program.
The first group in Leadership Saskatoon 10 years ago. What have you taken from the program? How have you improved your leadership style or your leadership journey here in Saskatoon? I
think I can kind of distill it down to 2 focuses. One would be an action focus on leadership, and one is a networked focus on leadership. I think if there's anything I learned in Leadership Saskatoon, both as an alumnus and as a volunteer, and now currently as a board member, is that you can talk about leadership a lot, right? You can talk about what makes a good leader. You can talk about how to do it and what's good and what's bad. But when it comes down to it, leadership is about action, and then you need to do something in order to be a leader. Talking about it isn't enough. So that's what I appreciated about Leadership Saskatoon, where I learned you can only learn so much in a traditional classroom setting. You need to actually do something, or at least study how other people do it and then try to emulate that in some regard. So there's that action side of it, and then the network of it. One of the things about Leadership Saskatoon as a participant is it exposes you to areas of the city that you would have never ever seen before. So we try to get people who are involved in both profit businesses, government businesses, or nonprofit businesses, and just community leaders as well. So you get exposed to a wide variety of areas. I came into the program working for the University of Saskatchewan at the time, and I got to interact with people working in some working for Cameco, some were working for the Child Hunger program, some were working for EGAD. So I got to see a wide variety of Saskatoon. And with that, what I took with me now is a network of people that I can now still to this day call upon when I have questions about my own leadership and areas that I'd like to pursue.
So you talked a lot about taking action and doing things. If someone else wants to join the Leadership Saskatoon network, so to speak, how would someone go about doing that? How would they contact you?
Sure. Well, we're right at the stage now where we're starting to solicit candidates for the next year, which starts in September. The information, the application form will be on the website by the end of the month, but all of the information on the program is currently on the website, leadershipsaskatoon.com. So that would be the best place to go. There's a phone number on there, and as soon as the application is posted, you can actually apply using that source. They could call me, we have the phone number on the website, and I'd be happy to provide more information either via email or go and meet with the organization or the person individually.
The website also includes a list of past participants as well. So as our network grows, if you go to the website, you can actually take a look at people who are involved. And if you see people that are involved, we strongly encourage, if you recognize them or know them, to contact them as well and ask them about their experience with the program.
And we do have a deadline for applications, which is June 1st. And so I would encourage people to investigate it. It is 1 day a month for the term, and investigate it and get in touch with us, get the application in.
And Doug's done a very good job with us for the past few years of getting recruits to the program. So it is, you need to get those applications.
We've had a waiting
soon.
list the last couple of years. So.
Great. Well, thanks so much, both of you, for joining us. I have to say that as a past participant in Leadership Saskatoon, that it is a very worthwhile program, and I would definitely encourage other people in Saskatoon to take a look at those opportunities for being a participant or being a sponsor. So thanks so much for the work that both of you are doing.
Thank you, Zach.
Thanks. And that's all the time we have today for Saskatoon in Focus. I'm Zach Jeffries, and thanks so much for joining us. Remember, this is your program, and we want you to connect with us. If you've got ideas for guests, topics, or questions that we should be asking, please let us know. Connect with us on Facebook, on Twitter, email us at saskatooninfocus@gmail.com, or visit our website at saskatooninfocus.ca. Remember, when we all work together, we can make Saskatoon the best city in the world.